Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. Ladies and gentlemen, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the park of your childhood, the swings, the laughter, the trees once you climbed. Now imagine it's all gone, submerged under the water, or buried into concrete, or buried beneath the concrete. At first it feels like a nightmare, but when you open your eyes, you realize that it's already happening. Today, the word environment is everywhere. It fills our classroom, our conferences, our headline, and even the part of our hashtags. But the question that troubles many hearts is it really urgent or just a fear that has been created for us? The earth itself answers with a heavy voice that the last decade has been hottest in the recorded history. Glaciers are vanishing faster than ever before. 9 out of the 10 people are breathing polluted air every single day. These are not just distant warnings, these are today's headlines. Look at today's Pakistan. Punjab heartland lies under the water. Hundreds and thousands of the people fled their life in the darkness, carrying nothing but just their children and their prayer. When an entire family stands on the rooftop, watching their life to float away with the flood water. When many cities of the Pakistan become the part of this flood journey. When forests in Australia burn like torches in night, and when Europe gasps the record-breaking heat. When cloudburst suddenly strikes on the northern areas, turning the streets into lakes and villages into river. In this, 100,000 and even million of the people lost their life. And can we still call it as an illusion? As the poet Rumi tried to remind us that try to accept the changing seasons of your soul, because for even winter prepare the earth for coming spring. But here's a statement that winter may not be always followed by the spring at all, because this is not an urgency, this is survival. And let me be honest here, that some people still argue this urgency is exaggerated. They say that this climate change is politicized and the powerful nation use it as a tool to pressurize the economy of the weaker nation. That company print the eco-friendly tags on their product, not just for the love of the nature, but for the profit. And maybe they are not entirely wrong, but fear can be created, fear can be sold. Because not every storm means that this is the end of the world. The earth has its own natural cycle, even we as a human stepped upon it. So, some people still argue that this urgency is exaggerated, and they say that this climate change is politicized. So, let me give you an example to set up these terminologies. Think of this earth as your bank account. The earth, the water is deposited in it. You got a statement that withdraw everything without depositing, that one day this bank account went dry. So where does that leave us? Between the exaggerated stories and undeniable facts? Between the urgency and the created fear? So this statement is that this is survival. This is not an urgency. As the Proverbs say that we do not inherit this earth from our ancestors. We borrowed it from our children. So I ask you today, do we really have to wait for another flood to wash away our homes, another drought to dry our wells, and another fire to consume our forests? Do we really have to wait for natural disaster? So I repeat here that whether the urgency is exaggerated or just a fear is crafted, the cost of inaction is too high. So save the water, plant the tree, and protect the fragile land that sustains our life. As Allama Iqbal once quoted, that beyond the stars lie many more worlds, and the tests of our love are yet to come. Here, Allama Iqbal reminds us that whether the urgency is exaggerated or just a fear is crafted, there is a future to protect, a future to preserve, and a future to pass on. So I ask you today, do we really have to wait for these natural disasters? Do we really have to wait for natural disaster? So, at the end, let us not waste our time debating that whether the urgency is exaggerated or just a phrase crafted. Let us not act because someone frightened us into action. Let us take action because this is not an urgency. This is survival. Because this earth is ours. Ours to share, ours to protect, and ours to pass on. Because in the end, there's no plan B. There's only one earth, and it's calling us right now. Thank you so much.